Dylan Simpson on the line for our intros with Kato. Dylan is out of Belle River, Ontario. He's 6 feet, 195 pounds, linebacker. He is ranked in the top 25 of our CFC100 class of 2022. Dylan, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us today. I know we were just talking before we came on here that you're doing the online day from school today.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of time took it into this, but yeah, I love it.
So let's get right into it. Tell us a bit about how you got started in your football career.
Well, my parents brought me up. My dad always did like derbies and stuff. So he brought me up. I was a go-kart racer actually for quite a bit, and I would race go-karts. And then all of a sudden, one of his friends asked him if he ever thought of putting his kids in football. I believe that was in grade 5 or 6. And ever since my first practice, I fell in love and never looked back.
It was goodbye to go-karts. Hello, football field.
Right away.
So what position did you start playing at, or have you always played linebacker?
I believe I started at running back and then slowly transitioned into a wide receiver, and then just recently I turned into a linebacker. So a few positions I've played.
You play both ways with the Essex Ravens, don't you?
Yeah, I played wide receiver with them as well.
What do you like most about linebacker or wide receiver?
Well, I do love linebacker a lot. That position there is a really physical position, and it's where you get nice hard hits, and I've always gotten adrenaline off giving a guy a good tackle. So that's my favorite part about playing linebacker.
And receiver?
Receiver, I did that more for just the touchdowns, the glory. I liked being the guy that would always score the touchdowns, but yeah, linebacker is the position for me.
What type of player would you say you are? I know we've seen you try out at the various Fox 40 events, the CFC Prospect Game tryouts. So I kind of know what type of player I think you are, but how would you characterize your play on the field?
I believe that I'm a very physical player on the field and that I get to the ball really quickly. So a person that I try and kind of model my game off is a safety. It's Cam Chancellor, because you always see him making those big tackles and those big plays. So that's who I kind of believe that I play like.
So you're pretty loud with your physical play. What about personality-wise? Are you a bit of a talker on the field, or are you just, your head is down and you just stay quiet and do your business?
Kind of like in the locker room before I play, I try and listen to like some music to pump me up, and right after I listen to that music, it's kind of just game face for the whole game, not really worrying about talking trash to other players, more just making sure that I'm in the position where I need to be to make a play.
So what type of coaching would you say you best respond to, or that motivates you the most?
Well, my favorite coach is Coach Mills for sure, and he's a yeller. He definitely lets you know if you do something wrong, and I think that kids need that. They need to know when they made a mistake, and Coach Mills will definitely let you know. So I think that that's what I take in the best, is a good aggressive coach.
So during the season, in a normal season, what is the most favorite part about the season? Could it be your game time, or is it practices during the week? Do you have team traditions that you really enjoy?
Before every game on a game day, so we would usually play on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, the team would meet in the cafeteria, and they'd have pasta ready for us, and we'd get each a plate of pasta, and that always just got us all together in the same room and all, like getting ready for the game. So I think that helped a lot.
With the pandemic, have your goals shifted at all for this season? Have you changed your goals, or are they still on track with what you had previously?
I always kind of have been training to get stronger, faster, not necessarily putting on weight in the off season or anything like that. So I don't think it changed my training too much, especially since I have a gym at my home, and my gym KPS did stay open. He just moved to outdoors. So I was still able to get the same training that I would have if we had a season or not. So I was very grateful for that. So my goals haven't really changed too much.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you had to adjust your training, like with new exercises or new equipment, but it sounds like you pretty much carried on as normal.
Yep, pretty well, yeah.
From the pandemic, did that affect, like, were you able to get together with your teammates much? Obviously within the health and safety parameters that your province has set out, or was it mostly training on your own?
It was hard at first. It was hard to get with those people because all the guidelines, like you said. So it was mainly just individual training for a bit. And then I believe about a month ago, they started easing up a bit and Ravens started a 7-on-7. So I'm getting back with them and getting to catch balls, play backer, covering running backs and everything. So I'm out there getting drills in with them. So that's getting much better.
Ranked you on the CFC 100 rankings, and just for those who are listening, our rankings are on CanadaFootballChat.com, and you can access those with the gold membership under the rankings tab. We actually had you on, I believe we put you out early when it was like before we had actually published our list, when we went to we call it the youngsters list. But I know that you had contacted me a few times. You were quite eager to, when are the rankings coming? When are the rankings coming out?
Yeah.
So how did that feel when you saw your name on there, and now in consequential or additional rankings? How do you feel, and has it motivated you?
It's always good. Like, you're not really supposed to fall in love with recognition from other people and everything, and I do understand that. I still keep my head straight, but it's good to finally see the hard work starting to somewhat pay off, and I was really happy to see my name up there, especially in the top 20 for kids my age. So it was definitely something that I was looking forward to, and when I seen it, big for sure.
Attending a few of our CFC events, how has that experience been for you?
The CFC events were very well run. I did like them. There's a little bit of everything. They make sure all the kids are ready to go before you do a combine. And we did 40s, shuttles, broad jumps. And it gives you a little taste of, if you do want to end up going to camps at U Sports teams or in the States for NCAA, it gives you a taste of what you'll be needing to do to show those schools what you really have. So I'm definitely grateful for having those events.
Let's switch to the recruiting process for you. It's fairly early still, but has that started for you at all? Have you started to talk to coaches, or you've reached out to coaches and programs, or where are you with that?
I have reached out to a few schools, and I have been in contact with a few. I've been on a couple visits. I went to Eastern Michigan with my 7-on-7 team, and I went to Toledo for a visit. So I've been to a couple schools. And I've definitely been in contact with a few coaches, but like you said, it is still early. So it's more just getting to know the coaches and getting to know the program, so that when you are ready to be recruited for them and everything, that you're just ready for that.
Have you found that does it stress you out, the process, or does it make you anxious at all? Or do you find, because it is still early, you're fairly grounded, the people around you have kind of, supported you through that and given you good advice, and of when the timeline for such things happen throughout the recruiting process? Do you find that that this is a stressful process, or has it been fairly easy for you so far?
I don't think it's been very stressful. I think that time comes for everybody, and if you work hard on and off the field, at home, whatever you're doing, I think that your opportunity will come. So there's no need to be stressed for me right now.
What are you looking to do academically at the next level?
I'm looking to get into sports medicine. I want to be some type of chiropractor or team trainer. I've always had a lot of interest in that, even just like watching people take me up before the games and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've always had a lot of interest in being part of the team in some way and protecting all the players. So that's something I'm definitely interested in as of right now.
The people that you surround yourself with, do you find, particularly your peers, do you find the peer pressure to be distracted, to go out and do stuff that may pull you away from your goals, training, such as partying and those types of activities? Do you find that that's a hard thing for you to say no to, or are you surrounded by fairly like-minded people, so that's not an issue?
Well, I think that surrounding yourself with the right people is extremely important. And if people don't have the same goals as you in life and are doing things like partying all the time, it's not really worth it, because you will find more friends in the future that are better people. And I'm not trying to hate on those people. They have different goals than I do. I just try and surround myself with people that have the same goals as me so that I don't need to be stuck in that situation that I don't I don't want to be in that situation. So it's much easier just not to put yourself in it.
Where do you hope football is going to take you in the future?
I think that football is something that can pay for education for me so that I don't have to have my parents pay for me to go to school, or I don't have to have myself pay for student loans and everything. I can just use football to buy me an education, and then if football goes further, it goes further, but at least I'll get that education.
I'm going to ask you a few questions here now. I'm going to give you two selections and you just tell me which one you prefer, or I'm going to say a statement and you just say the first thing that comes to your mind or what you're actually doing for that statement, okay?
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza or not?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What's your favorite blockbuster?
Probably draft day.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Do you kick the single to tie the game, or do you go for two and win the game?
Go for two, 100%.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why?
No. I don't think I have an answer for that. Same thing if someone asked me if a hamburger was a sandwich, I just can't say it is.
What is your spirit animal?
Spirit animal? Probably rhinoceros.
Why?
Just big, strong, aggressive animal.
Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
I'm not a very big Olympic guy, but I'd probably say Summer Olympics just for the track events.
Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
What's on your music playlist?
Always rap.
And last one, what's your dream destination for a vacation?
Denver, Colorado.
Oh, why? Why? It's cold there.
I just grew up as a Denver Broncos fan, so I always just want to move there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere where it's cold. Sorry. That's just but if you're going there for the football, then I'll let it go. All right, Dylan. Those are great answers.
Thank you so much for having me.
Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold or Silver member today for access to rankings, analysis, and the latest recruiting news from across the country.